Over the past 2 decades, Hyundai has gone from a bargain brand to a serious competitor in a number of vehicle segments. But one that's eluded the Korean automaker has been the 3-row family SUV market. That is until now, with Hyundai's all-new 2020 Palisade. It's a long overdue model, but will it move the needle for family vehicle shoppers? Stick around and we'll find out, as well as determine which trim of the Palisade Car Gurus recommends. The first thing you'll notice about the Palisade is its bold and imposing front end. It smacks of high-end luxury and will absolutely make the car stand out compared to established 3-row SUVs such as the Toyota Highlander, Honda Pilot, and others. Its massive grille and minimalist headlights make it look incredibly futuristic, but you have to wonder if it'll age well. Well, time will tell. The cabin of the Palisade also conveys that notion of luxury. It has a high-end interior with a fully digital instrument panel and large infotainment screen. There are soft materials all over, and the ambient interior lighting is a nice touch. The seats are incredibly comfortable, and head and legroom are decent, even in the 3rd row. The Palisade's ample cabin space also yields impressive cargo dimensions: 45.8 cubic feet with the 3rd row down, and 86.4 cubic feet with the rear seats dropped. It's a big step for Hyundai to make a true 3-row SUV. Up until now, the Santa Fe XL did 3-row duty for Hyundai, but its 3rd row was very cramped. It could not seriously compete with the Highlanders and Pilots of the world, but that's all different now. The Palisade comes well equipped, as even the base SE comes standard with seating for 8, 3 front row USB ports, 2 rear USB ports, a 12.3-inch digital instrument panel, and a base 8-inch infotainment screen that runs Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. On top of all of this, the Palisade comes standard with a host of driver assistance features, as well as front and rear parking sensors. Other trims for the Palisade are SEL and Limited, both of which are nicely appointed. You can learn more about each trim by digging into my written review, which you can access via the link in the description below. We're driving the range-topping Limited trim, which has 2nd-row captain's chairs, rear seat climate controls, a wall-style power outlet, integrated sunshades, and power folding rear seat controls, as well as very fetching stitching patterns on the seats and doors. Car Gurus recommends the mid-range SEL trim. It has many of the features of the range-topping Limited, but for nearly 10 grand less. We'd also recommend getting it with the $1,250 driver guidance package. It has satellite radio, an in-car intercom system for talking to rear seat passengers, and a semi-autonomous system for highway driving. That package also has a 10.25-inch infotainment screen, which comes standard in the Limited trim that we're driving. It has crisp graphics and easy menu navigation thanks to the home button and tactile buttons below it. But no matter the trim, the Palisade comes equipped with a 3.8-liter V6 making 291 horsepower, which gets sent to the front wheels or available all-wheel drive. The Palisade has an 8-speed automatic transmission, which you operate via this shift button layout here in the dash. I'm not a fan of proprietary shifter designs, and frankly I think that all automakers should use a common design for safety reasons. But this is pretty inoffensive, and it's far better than anything coming out of GM or Honda right now. To the right of this just okay shifter is the drive mode dial, which has snow, eco, comfort, sport, and smart modes. That last one is pretty clever. Smart toggles through the different modes based on your driving habits. Sitting in traffic, eco mode. Ramping up to highway speeds, sport mode. And the system's pretty responsive, and on top of that, the V6 provides great acceleration. Steering feels very direct, and thanks in part to an auto-leveling rear suspension, the Palisade stays completely level through a hard turn, such as coming down an off-ramp. For a large SUV, its body roll is minimal, and yet its ride is very soft. It's the best of both worlds. Fuel economy for the Palisade is 19 miles per gallon city, 24 highway, 21 combined. In our week of combined city and highway driving, we observed fuel economy of 20.3 miles per gallon. The Palisade comes extremely well equipped from a driver assistance standpoint. Forward collision avoidance, lane keeping assist, adaptive cruise control, all standard. The fully digital instrument panel allows for the Palisade's unique blind spot camera system. We first saw this in the Kia K900, and it activates a camera that displays on either the left or right side of the digital instrument panel, depending on which turn signal is selected. It's pretty innovative, though Honda had something first called Lane Watch. Unfortunately, that system was only for the passenger side, and Honda has even since moved away from it. And that's too bad because that system could be really good for traffic or parking in the city. Base MSRP for the 2020 Hyundai Palisade with front-wheel drive is $31,550. The SEL starts at $33,500, while the Limited starts at $44,700, and all-wheel drive adds $1,700 for each trim. Our all-wheel drive Limited test model with a $1,045 destination and handling fee clocks in at $47,605. And as long as you stick with the SE or SEL, it's pretty affordable for the class. I had to search long and hard to find any real gripes with the Palisade. I'm not in love with the shifter design, but it's tolerable. Now in the near future, Hyundai's Genesis luxury brand may roll out an SUV based on the Palisade. But this doesn't wear a luxury badge, so there are no expectations to disappoint. And as a result, it's one of the early standout vehicles of the 2020 model year. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to see more videos, like our review on the Subaru Ascent. If you think the Palisade can give the Highlander and the Pilot a run for their money, let us know in the comments. And to read my full review on the 2020 Hyundai Palisade, go to cargurus.com.